Well, you know what? It's so important to reuse, repurpose items. Let's find out all about that with our organizational coach. His name is Steve Gingras, and welcome back to the show.
Thank
Steve.
you, Derek.
Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
So many years.
That's okay.
I know you.
That's okay.
Start the show.
Starts with the D. Steve, that being said, how many years have you been an organizational
coach?
It's been
about 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
And I've done also do downsizing for people that want to move from a house to an apartment, downsizing your clutter, all that kind of stuff. Is
it a challenge though? Because I mean, you see these shows on television where people are just cluttered, their lives are so cluttered, and you walk into a situation like that, is it overwhelming sometimes?
Especially too when people, mostly with papers, let's say they have their high school test, even though they're in their 50s there, and they still hanging on to that, and they just can't get rid of it because we might need it someday.
It's hard, eh?
Yeah,
it's a difficult thing to walk into. Okay, so common everyday items. I mean, I know you brought some stuff here with you, but anyway, would you recycle or would you repurpose a pizza box? Would you repurpose stuff like that?
Yesterday I did some research there on the City of Ottawa website, and I was pleased to see, like, for example, cardboard. About 90% of it's being recycled. That's being produced there.
That's
so
good.
The city's doing a great job with that too. Our one thing with everybody's hang up is with the plastic bags there.
Yeah, people are talking about that.
And just to guess, how many do you think are manufactured a year?
Plastic bags?
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be in the millions, right?
Actually, it's 500 billion.
Come on.
Yeah.
And they're manufactured across the world.
And the average length of time somebody keeps it uses it for 12 minutes.
Really? Okay. Because I know, I mean, anytime I buy them, because now they're usually 5 cents, I'll reuse them, repurpose them, I guess you could say, as garbage bags or stuff like that, right? So they never go to waste. But I know that they're trying to phase that out in a big way.
Exactly, and only 1 in 20 is actually ever returned for recycling.
Yeesh.
So that's not very good odds there too. And it actually takes 500 to 1,000 years for it to decompose.
Wow.
So it'll be there long after we're gone.
Probably. So how do you recycle things other than obviously putting them out at the curb or going to depots? What's the best way to recycle stuff?
For just things like this too is you can repurpose them too. I think we have a few pictures here.
Yeah, we've got some pictures. We'll see some of the pictures that you submitted.
There we are. There's something creative there.
So that's a shopping cart?
A shopping cart, somebody's painted it.
Interesting.
And put so I mean, that's the thing these days that people seem to like to design and everything like that too.
Creative,
so that's something a little bit different there.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Now, one of the saddest things people see after Christmas is those trees that are dumped at the side of the road there.
Yeah.
This is actually a new trend there where people will have give a living potted Christmas tree.
Okay.
And what they'll do actually is return it back to the company that's basically leasing your tree there, and you can ask for the same tree back the next year.
Really?
Yeah.
So what companies would offer this?
I know there's a couple of the garden companies, especially with the smaller ones there, but let's say in Canada we have abundance of trees here, but basically for places that don't have as many trees there, that's very common there.
Okay.
The only problem with that too is you're actually lifting the roots and you're also lifting the pot and also the soil. So you're going to need somebody probably to help you with that from the company to drop it off.
That's very interesting. Never heard of that before. How long does it take? Okay, actually, so let's get to a few more pictures. So what exactly is this, Steve?
This is what a plastic bag actually can be sort of woven and weaved into.
Okay.
So that's about 500 plastic bags that have been weaved into a 2.5 by 5 mat.
Oh, okay, it's a mat. I was wondering if that was a blanket, that wouldn't be very comfortable. Couldn't really lay down on that and enjoy your day.
So that's something else that probably those trends that's coming on there, reusing your plastic.
Okay. The term biodegrade, obviously that means to deconstruct, to disappear.
Right.
How long does it take for certain items to do that?
So if we're looking for something like just a guess, how long do you think a bottle
I would think that I can't even imagine that just not being. Unless
it's 1 million years to
1 million years
to not being.
So how do they know that that's 1 million years? Because nobody has found a cup from dinosaur ages.
No, exactly. And the thing with this too is because it's actually made of sand, and you never see sand really biodegradable.
Wow, that just seems like a long time though.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It is the fact that the bottle you'll never see it.
Yeah.
In the human history ever seeing biodegradable.
So what you're saying then is people should not be throwing this stuff out because it's never going to disappear unless it's recycled, reused.
Right, exactly.
And then it's going to get a different purpose.
And that's a lot of things too when people are doing that, saying that when you're buying something like that, like think twice there before. Like if you don't need it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
And we have such a society where we tend to buy as much as we can. Then we say, why did we have this? I have 10 of these there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's. I think we're all guilty of that. You look through your stuff and you think of the money you could have saved or still have in your bank account. A little overwhelming sometimes. And
also one of the greatest things too is places like apartment buildings. They'll have, let's say, a garbage room where the tenants will actually start recycling their own stuff there, putting stuff out, let's say a deck chair there, and say, okay, somebody else may want it.
Yeah, right, free or something like that, and someone else will take it away. So do you see a lot of people recycling furniture and those kinds of
One
items?
thing that's nice about the City of Ottawa, they're called their Waste Explorers site there. You can actually type in any type of thing you consider recyclable, and it'll tell you where possible places. And I know furniture is tough, especially for cloth furniture.
Yeah, including electronics. I'm sure you can find a lot on that list.
Electronics, there's no problem usually doing that. They'll especially the old laptops, computers, the old ones, no problem with that.
Yeah, and they can always be reused, repurposed somehow.
Absolutely.
That's good. I could use you at my place to
get rid
of some of that clutter, Steve. I don't like clutter. All right, SteveGingras.net is the best place to go to find out more about everything that you're doing.
That's right.
We really appreciate your time here today.
Thanks, Dylan.
And I can't believe that bags would take, there's 5 billion of them created.
A year.
A year. That just seems like a lot of mats can be made.
Exactly.
Like that. Not very comfortable, but nice to walk on and good to clean your shoes with. SteveGingras.net, thank you very much, organizational coach, for being here today.
Thanks, Dylan.
Appreciate your time. Coming up, we'll be talking to the National Geographic, or make that Canadian Geographic, next right here on Daytime Ottawa on Rogers.